Very good evening to all of you. कैसे हैं सब लोग? Today we have very important topic, the input tax credit and computation of GST. So I hope you all have done the preparations and the revision. We'll start the practical problem, and my request, the two requests would be, the first request would be kindly select everyone name. When you are giving the reply, kindly select everyone name so that your point, your query can be visible to others. Second, whenever I'm asking the question, try to give the reply. It is not important whether you know or you do not know. You have the correct answer, incorrect answer, whatever, but please participate. Agreed? Shall we start? Fine. So good evening. Now able to see the reply in the chat in one common. Yes, sir. Great. Very nice. Again, Astha request, please give the message in the everyone name so that it should be visible to all. And you have asked one query, we will discuss in the time to come. Let me start with the question. Question number 1 is in front of you. Comfortable Private Limited is registered under GST in the state of Odisha. Okay, it is engaged in the business of manufacturing of iron and steel product. It has received IT engineering services from the Hi-Fi Infotech for 11 lakh, excluding the GST, on 28th of October. It has received on 28th of October. Invoice for the service was issued on 5th November. Comfortable Private Limited made part payment of rupees 4,20,000 on 30th November. Being unhappy with the service provided by the Hi-Fi, it does not make the balance payment. Deficiency in the service was made good by the supplier on this date of next year. Then customer recipient has made the balance payment on this date. Now tell me, what about the ITC? Point number 1, let me ask in the part, whether ITC would be available on 28th October, on 30th November. Tell me whether, or 5th November, which date the ITC would be available to the recipient Comfortable Private Limited? On 28th October, on 5th November, on 30th November. आप मुझे पहले बताइए कौन सी डेट है जिस डेट पर उसकी ITC, the ITC would be eligible to the recipient. First tell me which date. There are the 3 dates. Tell me the which date would be available, ITC would be available to the recipient. Again, my humble request, please participate in the discussion. To all the participants who are present, please participate in that discussion. Which date? The answer is yes. Mostly are giving the answer as 5th November. The reason is because if the transaction, if you do not have the tax invoice, you cannot take the ITC. In the 16th subsection 2, there are various conditions, out of which the one condition that you have that tax invoice. And then whether he would be available to take full ITC or he would be available to take the ITC to the extent 420. Whether he would be available to take the full ITC or only to the extent of 420? Oh my God. Most of the participants are giving the answer 420. Okay. On 5th November, invoice was received. On 30th November, payment is made of 4.20 lakhs. My question is whether he would be available to take the full ITC or not. Whether he would be available to take the full ITC or not. Oh, can you tell me why no full ITC like Astha, Gulika? My question to everyone, please give the reply, why not full ITC? Why not full ITC? Try to understand why full ITC is not available. Give me the reason. Give me the reason why the full ITC is not available. Quickly give the reason so that we can do the good amount of the question answer. Because the part payment is yet to made. Okay. So Gulika, tell me one thing. If no payment is made, will he be eligible to take full ITC? No, Somesh. Invoice was issued for the full amount. Where it is written that invoice was not issued for the full amount. ये कहां लिखा हुआ है कि इनवॉइस पूरे अमाउंट का रिसीव नहीं हुआ? Try to understand this question. Try to understand one point. If you have satisfied all the condition of 16.2, if you satisfied all the condition of 16.2, you can take full ITC even though you have not made the payment, even though no payment is made, even though no payment is made. In this example, if the payment is also not made, then also the recipient would be eligible to take full ITC. The point of payment will come according to the second proviso of the 16.2, which talks about you have to make the payment within 180 days. If not, then you need to reverse the proportionate ITC. It means at the time of tax invoice, for taking the ITC, whether payment is required to be made, no such condition. Condition will come into the picture only on 180 days, not prior to that. What does it means? It means he can take full ITC, no problem, if he not made the payment within 180 days from the date of invoice. What is the date of invoice? 5th November. He is making the payment on 6th July. He is making the payment on 6th July, 5th December, 5th January, 5th February, 5th March, 5th April, 5th May. It means he is making the payment after 180 days. Then you can say, once 180 days is completed, then he will reverse the proportionate ITC. He will reverse the proportionate ITC to the extent of non-payment. Let me clarify once again. अगर आप 16.2 की सारी कंडीशन सेटिस्फाइड कर देते हैं, you are allowed to take full ITC, no problem. Whether you don't made the zero paisa, whether you don't made the single paisa, no problem. You can take the full ITC. Till 179th day, do not have any problem. But on 180 days, if you not made the payment within 180 days, then on the expiry of that date, you have to reverse the proportionate ITC to the extent of payment not made. Is that clear? Is that clear to all? Everyone kindly confirm. Most of the participant student are saying ITC would be available to the extent of 420. एक बार मुझे कंफर्म करें ये वाला पॉइंट आपको क्लियर है, देन आई विल प्रोसीड फर्दर. So fine, now let's calculate the amount. The invoice was of rupees 11 lakh. You are able to see my Excel sheet? Are you able to see my Excel sheet? Are you able to see my Excel sheet in which I am doing the calculation? ठीक है. So 11 lakh, and what is the rate of the taxes? 18%. So he will be able to take full ITC of 120, 198, 1,98,000. Correct? After that, on the expiry of the 180 days, he need to reverse the ITC. To the extent of non-payment. Now, let me again show you the question. He has made the part payment of 420. It means, will I reduce 420 from 11 lakh or will I reduce 420 from the total value? Now, I'm giving you 1 minute. Please calculate how much amount recipient is required to reverse the ITC. कितना अमाउंट का ITC रिवर्स करना पड़ेगा? प्लीज कैलकुलेट एंड टेल मी. 11 lakh का 18%, 198. He has taken the ITC. Of rupees 198, 1,98,000. ठीक है. Now he has made the payment of only 420. So I can say after the expiry of the 180 days, he need to reverse the proportionate ITC. Please calculate and tell me how much is the reversal amount. कितना अमाउंट है रिवर्सल का? Quickly tell me. I am giving you only 1 minute, not more than that. Oh, someone is saying 755,900. Okay. Someone is saying 122,400. Okay. Calculate. Very, very interesting calculation. My question is, how much ITC need to be reversed by the recipient because of non-payment within 180 days? Go to the calculation. Let's do the calculation. Can I say that total invoice value is 12,98,000? Correct. He has made the payment of 4,20,000. Correct. What is the balance outstanding payment? 8,78,000. Can I say the total payment he will need to make the 12,98,000 ना? Recipient कितना payment करेगा supplier को including tax? So he will make the payment of 12,98,000. कितना payment किया? 420. What is the amount which is not paid? 8,78,000. Is it inclusive of tax? Yes. So divided by 118 multiplied by 80. This is reversal of ITC. 1,33,932. Is that clear? Is that clear to all? Okay, great. Very nice. Very nice. Ms. Sethi has given also alternative way. You can calculate in this manner also. Total ITC 198. How much amount you need to pay? 420. How much component of ITC GST on that? I can say by doing the backward calculation, I have calculated this much of the amount. Balance amount need to be reversed. Very simple. Very nice. Okay. So I'm moving to the next question. Now tell me one thing. Can he claim the ITC again of this amount on 6 July? When he make the balance payment, would he be eligible to claim the ITC? Would he be eligible to claim the ITC? Because question is asking only for the ITC component. So I am saying that you can simply say that along with interest, it is required to be reversed. If he's asking the calculate of the amount of the ITC, amount of the interest, then you simply calculate multiplied by 18% per annum. Okay. Now the point is, Pooja, you are saying rule 37 capital A, which is something different. You are saying rule 37 capital A, which is something different. Here we are talking about rule 37 only. Company can claim the ITC. Last point, can he claim the ITC? Suppose if it is 6th December, can he claim the ITC after the expiry of the 30th November? Can he reclaim the ITC after the expiry of the 30th November? Tell me. Very interesting question. And this would be the last question, and then we'll move to the next. Yes, answer is after 30th November, after the expiry of the 16/4, can he claim? I'm just asking. Can he claim even after the expiry of the 16/4? Can he claim the ITC even after the expiry of the 16/4? Time limit 30th November, after the end of the financial year. Give me the answer. Can he claim after the expiry of the 16/4 ka time limit? Can he reclaim? I cannot use the word claim. I will use the word reclaim. Answer is yes. Because for reclaiming the ITC, no time limit, no 16/4 is applicable. ठीक है, absolutely correct बच्चा, बेटा बहुत बढ़िया, very nice. Let's move further. Interest is loss, correct. He cannot take the benefit of interest. Whatever the interest based, absolutely correct. उसका benefit नहीं मिलेगा. Very next question quickly. Messrs. Diwan and Sons has placed an order of 250 kg of the plastic granules, 50 rupees per kg, exclusive of the GST. Has placed the order on Messrs. Karim and Bro of Noida. Karim has agreed to deliver the goods at the warehouse of the Diwan, New Delhi. While the order was getting packed at the factory of the Karim, Diwan got an order from the Subkamna of UP for same quantity. In order to save the transportation cost, Diwan asked Karim to directly deliver the plastic granule to Subkamna. Accordingly, Karim has delivered the plastic granule at the godown of the Subkamna at Hapur. Who is the supplier? Karim is the supplier. Karim is located at UP. He is raising the invoice to Diwan and Sons. I am using the short Diwan. Diwan is from Delhi, but invoice is being raised to Diwan, but the goods are being delivered. Goods are being delivered to Subkamna, ठीक है, of UP. The first point you tell me. I'm asking the place of the supply. When Karim raised the tax invoice to this Diwan, what would be the place of the supply? Will the place of the supply be UP or will the place of the supply will be Delhi? Where the goods are being delivered, that will be the place of the supply, or the Delhi will be the place of the supply? All are clear? Answer is Delhi. Why it is Delhi? Because we have read section 10 subsection 1 clause B of IGST Act, which talk about build to ship to model. The principal place of the business would be the place of supply, place of the third person. Okay. Now the important part. ITC condition are written in the 16(2) of the CGST Act. Out of that, one condition is says that you should receive the goods or services. Tell me one thing. Whether Diwan of Delhi will actually receive the physical goods. क्या दीवान ऑफ दिल्ली को फिजिकली गुड्स मिलेगा कभी? यस या नो? क्या फिजिकली वो मिलेगा उसको? ही विल रिसीव द फिजिकल डिलीवरी ऑफ द गुड्स? Answer is no. Will it be considered? So will he be able to take ITC? Is still without receiving the goods, will he be able to take ITC? Whether Diwan can take the ITC? And if yes, why? And if yes, why? And if yes, why? No, Harshada, there is only one condition that he has tax invoice. No, there are 4-5 conditions. Multiple conditions are there, out of which one talk about that there has to be the tax invoice, goods or services should be received, it should appear in my 2B. Multiple conditions are there. Out of that, you are satisfying that goods or services, you have the tax invoice. But क्या आप satisfy कर रहे हैं कि goods or services has been received? Answer is यहां पे deemed receive का concept आएगा. It will be deemed that this party has received the goods. Where it is written, it will be deemed that Messrs. Diwan has received the goods under bill to ship to model. The billing party would be construed as deemed receipt of the goods or services. Tell me one thing, where it is received, where it is written. Tell me one thing, where it is written. Proviso to section 16(2). Okay. Any other answer? Mohammad Farhan and everyone, requesting everyone, please give the answer in the by selecting everyone name. अभी तक क्या आप लोग मुझे, you are not doing that too much interaction. You are doing very good interaction, I am not denying, but अभी भी मेरे को बहुत कम लोगों से आंसर आ रहे हैं. कैन आई एक्सपेक्ट द रिप्लाई फ्रॉम एवरीवन? कैन आई एक्सपेक्ट द रिप्लाई फ्रॉम एवरीवन? पूजा, खुशी एंड आई एम रिसीविंग द आंसर, बट कैन आई एक्सपेक्ट द रिप्लाई फ्रॉम एवरीवन? हरदीप, आस्था, गुलिका, कीर्ति, ललिशा. The answer is the deemed received. It is written in the 16th subsection 2 clause B ka explanation. It is written that yes, it will be deemed that yes, bill to ship to model, the billing party has received the goods. It will be deemed. So therefore, he would be entitled to take input tax credit. Fair enough. Fair enough. Shall we move to the third question? Shall we move to the next question? Messrs Purvi Limited, a registered supplier of various goods and services, provided the following information pertaining to the GST paid on inward supplies for the month of August. Okay. Purchase goods which are used for activity relating to his obligation under the corporate social responsibility referred to in section 135. Will he be able to take ITC of this amount? Whether ITC would be available for CSR expenditure? Just confirm, yes or no. Whether the ITC would be available for the CSR expenditure. All are clear. No ITC for CSR expenditure. No ITC for the CSR expenditure. Very clear. Thank you. Why? Because it is blocked in the section 17 subsection 5. It is blocked in the 17 subsection 5. Correct? Let's move further. Purchase the raw material worth rupees 5,90,000 including GST in the 5 lot. 3 lots of the raw material worth rupees 3 lakh is received in the current month. The remaining lot will be received in the month of September 2024. This information is for the month of August 24. Can he be able to take ITC of entire 90? Would he be able to take ITC of the 3 lot or no ITC in the month of August? Tell me. क्या उसे पूरा ITC मिल जाएगा? To the extent of the lot received he can claim, या no ITC can be claimed in this case? Answer is no ITC. Why no ITC? Why no ITC? Because we know it will be eligible only on the last lot. It will be eligible in the last lot. Very nice answer. And really appreciate आप जब सब लोग participate करते हैं ना, I feel very good. I feel motivated and I would have the reason to teach comparatively much more better. अगर आप मुझे रिप्लाई करते हैं तो ये मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बन जाती है कि मैं भी अपना मैक्सिमम एफर्ट आपके साथ दूं. तो इसी तरीके से मेरी एक हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट है, आप लोग बस पार्टिसिपेट करते रहिए डिस्कशन में. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. कंपनी पेड फॉर आउटडोर कैटरिंग एक्सपेंडिचर. ठीक है, फॉर द लंच ऑफ इट्स फैक्ट्री एम्प्लॉय ड्यूरिंग द लंच आवर्स एज पर द पॉलिसी ऑफ द कंपनी. ओके, this is company policy. Please remember, it is no legal obligation to provide the lunch, but it is the provided as per the company policy. ITC would be available or not? Will the ITC would be available? No ITC. Still no ITC, even if it is a company policy. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Because there has to be the legal obligation. There has to be the legal obligation if we read 17 subsection 5 clause B का proviso says that if it is compulsion to provide by the employer to the employee under any law for the time being in force, अगर किसी लॉ के कारण ये कंपल्सरी है देना, तब तो आईटीसी मिल जाएगा. एग्जाम्पल वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन एक्ट, एग्जाम्पल फैक्ट्री एक्ट, एग्जाम्पल एनी अदर लॉ. कोई भी गुड्स या सर्विसेज अगर ये देना जरूरी बन जाता है, इफ इट इज नेसेसरी टू प्रोवाइड टू एम्प्लॉय बिकॉज ऑफ एनी अदर लॉ फॉर द टाइम बीइंग इन फोर्स, आईटीसी मिल जाएगा. नाउ it is company policy does not work, and therefore no ITC would be available. Very nice. You are not giving any ITC to this organization. It is not correct, yeah. Kindly give some ITC. Very nice, very nice. Pooja, Miss Tanu, Miss Lalisha, Astha, Gulika, Soumya, Mohammad Farhan, Krishna, Almas, Harshada, Mansuri. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I probably not using your pronunciation correctly. ठीक है. So इसी तरीके से आप लोग बस पार्टिसिपेट करते रहिए. Will enjoy the discussion. Purchase the goods from OM trader. All the goods and invoices were received by the company in August, but one invoice out of these invoices has not been furnished by the supplier in the IFF. The GST paid is 50,000. How much ITC would be available? First tell me. Entire 2 lakh? Yeah, 2 lakh minus 50. So 1,50,000? Yeah, only 50,000. Yeah, no ITC. All are correct. All are correct. Yes. To the extent of 150, ITC would be available. Now tell me. Now interesting question. If that transaction is not added in the IFF, then ITC will not be available. Why? अगर किसी सप्लायर ने ट्रांजेक्शन को ऐड नहीं किया है IFF में, मुझे ITC नहीं मिलेगा, ऐसा कहां लिखा है? Where it is written? Oh my God. Very nice. Where it is written, my question is, ऐसा तो कहीं लिखा हुआ नहीं कि सप्लायर ने IFF में ऐड किया, मुझे मिलेगा तभी ITC. कहां लिखा हुआ है? Where it is written, it is compulsory to add by the supplier in the IFF. See, you all are correct that ITC would be available of rupees 1,50,000. Absolutely correct. But my counter question to you, ये कहां लिखा है कि IFF में ऐड करना जरूरी है? Oh, is it 16 to BA or is it 16 to AA? एक बार चेक करके बताइएगा. आई थिंक देयर इज ए सम गैप इन द अंडरस्टैंडिंग. मुझे एक बार चेक करके बताइए, इज इट बिकॉज ऑफ 16 टू BA और AA? थैंक यू सो मच खुशी कि आपने मुझे सेक्शन का नंबर दिया, so that I could understand कि there could also be the confusion on which I can give my clarity, my view. मेरा रिक्वेस्ट सभी से, is it because of 16 to BA or it is because of 16 to AA? अच्छा, no answer. Fine. Now, if the supplier will add in the IFF, then what will happen to me? Where it will appear in my any return or any statement? Can you tell me, if the supplier has reported the transaction in the IFF, तो मुझे कहां पे दिखाई देगा वो? Where it will show? Answer is GSTR 2B. and it should appear in my GSTR to be, ये कहाँ लिखा हुआ है? It should appear in my GSTR to be, ये बात लिखी हुई है 16(2)A में, ठीक है? And therefore ITC would not be available to the extent of 16. Can you tell me what is IFF? Can you tell me what is IFF? ये IFF क्या है? Invoice furnishing facility, that is okay, fine. Who is required to file invoice furnishing facility? कौन फाइल करता है इनवॉइस फर्निशिंग फैसिलिटी को? कौन फाइल करता है इनवॉइस फर्निशिंग फैसिलिटी को? Supplier quarterly filer, absolutely correct. The supplier who has opted QRMP. Supplier who has opted QRMP. Is it mandatory or optional? 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 Answer is optional. Answer is optional. If supplier want, if QRMP supplier want, can he file the GSTR1 for all the 3 months? QRMP supplier, if want, can he file the GSTR1 for all the 3 months? Month 1 and month 2 and month 3. Can he file 3 GSTR1? Can he file the 3 GSTR1 if he want? अगर वो चाहे तो क्या वो फाइल कर सकता है GSTR1 M1 के लिए और M2 के लिए? नहीं. Answer is no. For QRMP taxpayer, for QRMP taxpayer, M1 IFF, M2 IFF, M3 GSTR1. Only for first 2 months, only IFF would be available. Only IFF would be available, but if you don't choose to file GSTR, don't file IFF, no problem, but he can add the transaction in the GSTR1. Last question, what is the biggest advantage of IFF? What is the biggest advantage of IFF? What is the biggest advantage of IFF? From the ITC perspective, what is the biggest advantage from the ITC perspective? IFF help the recipient to claim the ITC because it will appear in the GSTR2B of the recipient. Thank you. Thank you so much. Absolutely correct. Last point, he purchased the raw material to manufacture the finished goods. Such finished goods to be sold to the potential customer under buy one get one free. So this raw material, he is making the sale buy one get one free. Will he be eligible to take full ITC or he will be eligible to take half ITC? क्या इसे पूरा आईटीसी मिलेगा या उसे आधा आईटीसी मिलेगा? Astha, if you ask from recipient perspective, no difference. From the recipient point of view, he would need the transaction in the 2B, that's it. Now the transaction in the 2B will flow from GSTR1 and IFF. I am monthly taxpayer. So I will claim the ITC based on my 2B, but my supplier is under QRMP. If we not add in the IFF, I am not able to take ITC in the M1 and M2. I have to wait for the end of the quarter, then only I can claim the ITC. Is that clear? You may ask counter question if you have. Answer is buy one get one free. If you read the circular 92, very, 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 very beautifully drafted, and it says that buy one get one free is not the sale of two different items. Sale of two different, no, it is sale of one item. It is sale of two items at one price. It is sale of two items at one price. Therefore, it can be composite supply or mixed supply, and you will be able to take full ITC. You will be able to take full ITC. No loss. Correct. Very nice. Then loss for the recipient for first as he has to wait till 3 months. ना हाँ तभी तो IFF लेके आए. See, if I am a monthly taxpayer and assume that Asta you are a quarterly supplier, then I will not select you to purchase अगर आप थर्ड मंथ में मुझे मेरी ITC पास ऑन करोगे. If you will add the transaction in the GSTR1 quarterly, then I will receive the ITC after the end of the quarter. So therefore, the government has given the facility to you that for monthly recipient, you can pass the ITC by adding the transaction in the IFF. Is that clear? नहीं तो क्वार्टरली टैक्स पेयर से तो कोई माल ही परचेज नहीं करेगा. नो वन विल परचेज डू द ट्रांजेक्शन विद द QRM के सप्लायर. नो वन. ठीक है. So by this we have completed the question number. We have completed this question. So what is the total eligible ITC? What is the total eligible ITC in this case? The total eligible ITC in this case is 1,50,000 here and 1,50,000 is here. Absolutely correct. Total is 3 lakh. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में आते हैं. स्पीड एंड एवरीथिंग इज करेक्ट ना. एवरीथिंग इज गुड. एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. जो भी हमारी स्पीड चल रही है, जिस वे से हमारा डिस्कशन चल रहा है, एवरीथिंग इज गुड ना. ठीक है. फिर पार्टिसिपेंट कम क्यों है? आपके फ्रेंड्स क्यों नहीं आते? Why I am not able to see the participant like 100, 200 participant? Why your friends are not coming to the class? I think कुछ तो beneficial है class ना. We are able to revise so much of the things. The class is really beneficial, right? Try to bring your friends. जितने ज्यादा पार्टिसिपेंट होंगे, फैकल्टी का पढ़ाने का मोटिवेशन उतना ज्यादा होता है. फैकल्टी को उतना ही मजा आता है. चाहे कोई सा भी फैकल्टी आप पिक कर लीजिएगा, फैकल्टी को ऑनलाइन क्लास पढ़ाने में तभी मजा आता है जब जितने ज्यादा पार्टिसिपेंट होंगे, जितने ज्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे. You believe me that lot of interest comes when you are having very sizable number. So try to bring your friends. उनको कहिए चलो यार आज रिवीजन कर लेते हैं हम बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज की क्लास में. नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा, नो प्रॉब्लम. बट अगर आपके फ्रेंड हैं, इफ दे आर और कलीग्स है, जो भी है, जो सीए कर रहे हैं साथ में, ट्राई टू ब्रिंग एंड गिव द बेनिफिट. चलो सर आगे बढ़ते हैं. अब बात करते हैं विष्णु लिमिटेड क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 की. ठीक है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 क्या है? विष्णु लिमिटेड was not mandatorily required to get registered under GST law. Okay. However, it opted for voluntary registration and applied for the registration on 12th of Feb. Okay. Registration certificate has been granted by the department on 24th Feb. When it has made the application, it has made the application on 12th Feb. The registration was granted on 24th Feb. Vishnu Limited is not engaged in making interstate outward taxable supply. What is the relevance of this word? क्या है इसका रिलेवेंस? मतलब वो उसका कोई लाइबिलिटी नहीं आई जीएसटी का, ठीक है. CGST and SGST liability for the month of Feb 2025 is rupees 31,000 each. तो इसका लाइबिलिटी फरवरी मंथ का कितना है? 31,000. Vishnu Limited provide the following information of the goods held in stock on 23rd Feb 2025. 23rd Feb 2025 क्या है? उसे रजिस्ट्रेशन कब मिला? 24th को. उस रजिस्ट्रेशन मिलने के एक दिन पहले उसके हाथ में कितना गुड्स था? ठीक है. कैपिटल गुड्स procured on 5th Feb 2025, 2 lakh rupees. Rate of the GST 6% each, being intrastate supply. Okay. Then it says that input contained in finished goods held stock held were procured on the 13th Feb 2024. That is 3 lakh. And what is the rate of the taxes? 18%. Value of the input received on 10th October 24 in semi-finished goods held in stock. The value is 2,50,000 and the tax is 6%, CGST 6%, SGST. Input procured on 8th Feb 2025 lying in the stock of the finished goods other than those on the point 2. इसके अलावा भी कुछ और स्टॉक है जिसको परचेज किया 8th Feb 25 को 60,000. What is the ask of the question? You are required to calculate the eligible ITC available and net minimum GST to be paid in cash. तो हमें यहाँ पे दो पार्ट करने. We need to first calculate the eligible ITC and then second is tax liability to be paid in cash. Now, let me ask the question, some question. First, tell me what is the relevance of this date? They have given the multiple dates. What is the relevance of this date? इन सब डेट का रिलेवेंस क्या है? Okay. To avail the ITC. To claim the ITC on the closing stock before registration. Okay. One thing is clear now. Are you clear about this point that these all transactions were before GST registration? ये सभी ट्रांजेक्शन जीएसटी के रजिस्ट्रेशन के पहले किए गए हैं. Is it clear to all? These all transactions were undertaken prior to taking the GST registration. Correct. Now, tell me one thing. Will these transactions appear in the GSTR 2B? Will these transactions appear in the GSTR 2B of the Vishnu Limited? क्या ये ट्रांजेक्शन 2B में आएगा? The answer is no. Therefore, तो फिर इसको ITC कैसे मिलेगा? How this ITC would be able? No, now whether 2B is not the condition for these kind ITC? क्या 2B condition नहीं है for taking this ITC? क्या टू बी कंडीशन नहीं है फॉर टेकिंग दिस आईटीसी? Whether the GSTR 2B is not the condition for taking the input tax credit. For this example, you all are saying answer is no. Why no? My question is why the 2B is not mandatory for claiming this ITC? Why 2B not mandatory for claiming the ITC? My simple question, till the previous question you were saying the same thing, that ITC should appear in the GSTR 2B. If he is not added in the IFF, it will not be available. Why the same condition you are not talking here? Why you are not talking the same condition here in this example? मुझे तो सिर्फ एक बताइए, अभी तक हम बात कर रहे थे टू बी इज मैंडेटरी, इट हैज टू बी एडेड इन द आईएफएफ, इफ नॉट then ITC not available, then why these things are not applicable here? अभी तक मुझे सभी लोगों की तरफ से आंसर नहीं मिला, because he is not having the registration, is not yet registered, so still he would be able to claim the ITC. So if you are saying that because he is not registered, fine, no problem, still he would be able to take ITC, still he would be able to take ITC. No, रिवाइज इनवॉइस का कॉन्सेप्ट तो नहीं है यहाँ पर रिवाइज इनवॉइस का कॉन्सेप्ट तो नहीं एप्लीकेबल होगा, रिवाइज इनवॉइस का कॉन्सेप्ट एप्लीकेबल नहीं होगा, बट देयर इज अ कंपैरिजन ऑफ सेक्शन 16 वर्सेस सेक्शन 18. ये जो आईटीसी, जिस आईटीसी की हम बात कर रहे हैं, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ सेक्शन 18. जिस आईटीसी की हम बात करें, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ सेक्शन 18. एंड सेक्शन 16 जो हम नॉर्मल आईटीसी की बात करते हैं, जो रजिस्टर्ड पर्सन की बात करते हैं, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सेक्शन 16. इन दिस एग्जांपल, ITC in case of the special circumstances are being given in the section 18, and because of section 18 you are entitled to take ITC. ठीक है, now tell me whether he would be able to take ITC of the capital goods. Whether he would be able to take ITC of the capital goods, which is answer is no. Okay, yes, after deducting 5% he is saying that a part thereof he can claim the ITC. So where is the confusion? I'm asking again, can he claim the ITC of the capital goods in this case? Can he claim the ITC on the capital goods? I have received one different answer. After deducting 5% or per quarter or part thereof, can I claim the ITC on capital goods? Answer is no. Answer is no. If you go to the section 18, subsection 1, you will find 4 clauses. Clause A, Clause B, Clause C, Clause D. Mandatory registration, voluntary registration, composition to regular or exempt become taxable. In this case, no ITC on capital goods. In the balance 2 cases, ITC available on the capital goods if it is lying in the stock. You got my point? So Harshada, you are saying you are correct, but that is for clause C and the clause D, meaning thereby that will be available when composition become regular dealer or exempt supply become taxable supply. Then you will apply the funda of 5% per quarter. Yes. नहीं तनु, रीजन ये नहीं है तनु, रीजन ये नहीं है, रीजन है कि आईटीसी आप स्टॉक का ले सकते हो, सेमी फिनिश गुड्स का ले सकते हो, बट कैपिटल गुड्स का नहीं ले सकते वॉलंटरीली और मैंडेटरी रजिस्ट्रेशन में. नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा, नो प्रॉब्लम. बट अभी आपको क्लैरिटी हो गई ना करेक्ट ना? अभी आपको क्लैरिटी हो गई, राइट? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. विल एंजॉय द डिस्कशन, विल एंजॉय द डिस्कशन. ठीक है. इनपुट कंटेन्ड इन फिनिश गुड्स held were procured on 13th Feb 2024. Input contained in the finished goods were procured on the 13th Feb 2024. Can you claim the ITC? This time it is not capital goods, it is finished goods. So finished goods, no problem. In the finished goods, there is no problem. Can you take the ITC? Again, answer is no. अरे ये फिनिश गुड्स है बेटा. अभी भी आपका आंसर नो है. क्यों? आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग एवरीवन टू गिव द रिप्लाई. I'm requesting everyone to give the reply whether he would be able to take ITC. Answer is no, because it has been purchased prior to 1 year. Prior to 1 year. So now in this case, in the example, in the point number 1, the problem is this, but that date is okay. In this, the finished goods is okay, but the date is not okay. But एक बात बताइए. Now I'm asking very interesting thing. But the person has applied on 12th Feb 2025 for calculation of 1 year. Will you count from this date or will you count from this date? Which date is relevant? Which date is relevant for taking the ITC? Tell me. कौन सा date relevant है taking the ITC? You all are saying 24th Feb. Now my counter question, all are correct. All are correct. My counter question to all of you, when 12th Feb would be okay? So 24th ठीक है, 23rd Feb की last, that is okay. That is okay. मैं स्टॉक का काउंटिंग इसी डेट का करूंगा. That is okay. किस केस में 12 फरवरी एप्लीकेबल होगा? किस केस में 12 फरवरी would be counted as a relevant date for the calculation of ITC? My God, very nice beta, very nice. मोहम्मद फरहान, माय क्वेश्चन बेटा, मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि 12th फेब किस केस में? अभी तो आपने ये कहा कि 24 फरवरी लो. सौम्या, अल्मास, एवरीवन, माय क्वेश्चन इज व्हेन 12th फेब वुड बी एप्लीकेबल. बहुत बढ़िया बेटा, बहुत बढ़िया. यू ऑल आर सेइंग एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ effective date of registration. There's a concept of effective date of registration. And effective date of registration अगर मैंडेटरी है तो डेट ऑफ एप्लीकेशन. अगर मैंडेटरी है तो डेट ऑफ एप्लीकेशन. अगर वॉलंटरीली है तो डेट ऑफ रजिस्ट्रेशन. ठीक है. यू आर डूइंग वेरी ग्रेट जॉब, रियली यार, बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी नाइस. नाउ द थर्ड केस, value of the input received on 10th October contained in semi-finished goods held in stock. Will the ITC be available in this case? Will the ITC be available in this case? Will the ITC be available in this case? First time you are saying yes sir, ITC would be available. ITC would be available. So let me write here, the amount is, how much amount is? So 2,50,000 and 6% CGST and 6% SGST. So I'm doing the calculation in the Excel sheet. I will show you after completion of the calculation. सो इट कम्स 15,000. ठीक है, ठीक है. अभी मुझे आपने एक ही चीज कही अभी तक. एज ऑफ नाउ यू हैव टोल्ड मी दैट आईटीसी वुड बी अवेलेबल ऑन दिस इनपुट प्रोक्योर्ड ऑन 10th of October. ठीक है, चलो. एंड आई हैव कैलकुलेटेड दिस 2,50,000 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 6%. इट इज सीजीएसटी एंड इट इज एसजीएसटी. ठीक है, इट इज आईजीएसटी. इफ देयर इज एनी आईजीएसटी आई विल राइट. Asta, that we will discuss in if 1 month. Yeah, 5% per quarter means if you have used for even 1 day. If you've used even for 1 day, then the entire 5% would be reduced. That will be considered for the entire quarter. Harshda, you need to make separately. It will depend upon the question to question. See, no problem. You have asked very good question. In this question, tell me one thing. You are required to determine the eligible ITC available and amount of net minimum GST to be paid in cash. Because this question is asking the tax liability to be paid in cash, meaning thereby we all know there's a different rule for offsetting the ITC. How you will make the payment of CGST, how you will make the payment of SGST by using the IGST ITC, CGST ITC, SGST ITC. So in almost all the question, whenever this requirement is there, minimum GST to be paid in cash, okay, in that case, you have to calculate separately. Is that clear? जब भी क्वेश्चन की डिमांड हो ना कि कितना जीएसटी कैश में पे करना है, आपको सेपरेटली हेडवाइज कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. अदरवाइज क्या होगा, ऑफसेट के रूल अप्लाई. कैन द सीजीएसटी अमाउंट बी पेड टू द एसजीएसटी लाइबिलिटी? क्या मैं सीजीएसटी की आईटीसी को एसजीएसटी की लाइबिलिटी के लिए यूज कर सकता हूं? आंसर इज नो. देयरफॉर अगर आप इसको सेपरेटली हेडवाइज नहीं बनाएंगे, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू फाइंड द करेक्ट आंसर. तो हमेशा जब भी लाइबिलिटी है, जब भी ऐसा क्वेश्चन है कि कितना लाइबिलिटी कैश में पे होगा, वी नीड टू प्रिपेयर सेपरेटली. आस्था, आई होप इट इज क्लियर. एंड मोहम्मद ने आंसर दे दिया. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. नाउ इनपुट प्रोक्योर्ड ऑन फर्स्ट फैब लाइंग इन द स्टॉक ऑफ सेमी फिनिश गुड्स 1,50,000. आईटीसी अवेलेबल और नॉट अवेलेबल? Will the ITC be available or not available? Very simple. Available. No problem. Sir, this time it is available, no issue. So, input procured on this date. Okay. And what is the point? It is the CGST and SGST 1,50,000, 7.5%. Value is 7,50,000 multiplied by 7.5%. ठीक है, ठीक है. I hope it is clear. Now let's move to the next part. It is asking input procured on 8th fab in stock of the finished goods other than those mentioned in the point number 2. Other than those mentioned in the point number 2. What is the point number 2? Input contained in the finished goods were procured on the 13th fab. अच्छा, 13th fab 24 का नहीं है, ये अलग प्रोक्योरमेंट है, अलग आइटम है जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं. 60,000 का वैल्यू है. Will the ITC be available? Now tell me, will the ITC be available in this case or no? Will the ITC be available or not in this case? इस टाइम CGST है, SGST है कि IGST है? What is the ITC? Will it be CGST? Will it be SGST? Or will it be IGST? IGST. Absolutely correct. कितना अमाउंट है? What is the amount? The amount is 60,000 multiplied by 18%. ठीक है, 60,000 multiplied by 18%. ठीक है, so this is the total ITC, right? This is the total ITC. Now, what is the GST liability? What is the GST liability? We all know that 31,000 CGST, 31,000 SGST. Nothing is IGST liability. Less ITC. Okay. Okay. This is the total ITC you have. Now tell me. Now tell me. First, I will write CGST. I'll make 3. I'll make 3. Now tell me which ITC should be used first toward the liability discharge. कौन सा ITC मैं पहले यूज करूंगा? Will the CGST का ITC be used first for discharging the CGST का liability? मुझे बताइए फर्स्ट कौन सा ITC यूज होगा टुवर्ड द पेमेंट ऑफ 31,000? फर्स्ट कौन सा यूज होगा? विल इट बी CGST, विल इट बी SGST और विल इट बी IGST? फर्स्ट क्रेडिट कौन सा यूज होगा टुवर्ड द पेमेंट ऑफ द CGST का लाइबिलिटी? स्टिल आई एम गेटिंग द मिक्स आंसर. सम आर सेइंग CGST, सम आर सेइंग IGST. Answer is IGST. Answer is IGST. Why I am saying so? Because of section 49 capital A. Why I am saying so? Because of section 49 capital A, 49 capital B, rule 88A and circular 98. These 4 things were issued. Just confirm you are able to see the study material. Are you able to see the study material so that I can explain? Are you see the study material? Are you able to see the study material? एक बार confirm करना. ठीक है. Fine. Why IGST first? Notwithstanding anything contained in section 49, by this, what happened? All the order of ITC given in the 49 subsection 5 is being redundant. It says that ITC on account of CS will be utilized toward the payment of ICS, as the case may be, only after the ITC on account of integrated tax has been first utilized toward the payment. क्या मतलब हुआ? नहीं समझ में आया? Let's read once again. It says that ITC of CGST or SGST will be used toward the payment of ICS, as the case may be, only after ITC on account of I has been utilized fully. मतलब जब तक I का ITC does not completely exhausted, you will not use सीजीएसटी का आईटीसी और एसजीएसटी का आईटीसी. इज दैट क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर टू यू? नाउ आई का आईटीसी can be given to, first will be given to I and balance C and S in any order, any manner. मतलब क्या हुआ? It means if they want to give completely to C, nothing to S, no problem. If they want completely to S, nothing to C, no problem. If they like to give half, no problem. Whatever they want, they can. But only IGST ka ITC should become 0. Now, let's do in such manner so that, can I give 10,800 to C and nothing to S? Perfectly okay, no problem. No problem. Now tell me, how much CGST ka ITC is available? कितना ITC है CGST का? 26,250. Let's write 26,250 here. Tell me one thing. Can the SGST का ITC be used toward the payment of CGST का liability? No. Sorry, इसको कितना ही चाहिए? इसको पूरा 26,000 ही चाहिए ना? It does not require 26. What is the amount is required? It is required only 20,200. Fine. It is not applicable, right? Tell me. Can the CGST will give to SGST? Can the CGST will give to the SGST? No. How much balance is available in the SGST ITC? How much balance is available in the SGST ITC? $26,250. Do you require to pay any amount of liability in cash? In this example, do you require to pay SGST liability in cash? You have the liability of 31,000. You have a ITC. So in this case, you will end up by paying 4750. You will end up by paying 4750. Is that clear? And what is the closing balance of ITC? What is the closing balance of ITC of CGST? Can I say 6,050? Can I say 6,050? Meaning thereby, the answer is correct, no problem, but it is not appropriate way. It is not better utilization of ITC. Better utilization of ITC. Why? Just do one thing. Tell me, just do one thing. Just do one thing. How much CGST you can use? 26,250. How much ITC you have under CGST? Yes. Take the backward calculation. I will give only 4750 to C and balance amount, total 10,800, balance amount I will give to S. Is it acceptable? अगर मैं इस तरीके से allocation करता हूं, is that acceptable? Is it correct? Will my law, according to law it is correct? Answer is correct. What is the requirement of the law? The law ka requirement is before putting the C ka ITC, what is the law ka requirement? Law ka requirement is whenever you are adding the amount here and adding the amount here, you have to make the IGST ka ITC to the 0. That is the only requirement. How I will apportion, it is my choice. So I will choose 4750 to C and balance amount to S, will it be acceptable? Will it be correct? Absolutely correct. Okay, tell me one thing. Can I give 5,000 here and balance amount to the S? Is that acceptable? Can I give in this amount also? Can I give this amount also? Sir, your choice. The law is saying any order, any manner, whatever I want, I can give. Only requirement is, एक बार लिख के बताइए क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है. प्लीज राइट इन द चैट कि क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है. व्हाट इज द रिक्वायरमेंट? दैट what is the requirement of the law? That you can use the CGST and SGST का ITC only when IGST become zero. C का ITC, S का ITC can be used only when I become zero. क्या I zero हो गया? Tell me whether I become zero. अगर मैं ऐसा यूटिलाइज करता हूं तो whether I become zero? Yes. Now, how much amount I need to add? I have highlighted with yellow. Tell me how much amount I will take from C ka ITC. Right, Kulika. How much amount I will take from? There are a lot of yes. There are a lot of permutation combination could be possible. So from exam point of view, I can say, please do not apply lot of permutation combination. From exam point of view, I am telling you, just divide half. Just take half. एग्जाम के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बता रहा हूं कि आप हाफ हाफ बांट लीजिए, बेस्ट है. देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल. You can change this method. Just I'm explaining. But for this question, you can divide half. I only like to explain that use such method by which the amount to be paid in cash should be lesser. ठीक है. You can do any method. So इस केस में मैं कितना लूंगा यहां से? मेरी रिक्वायरमेंट 31,000 है. 5,000 is taken from I. So balance 26 will be taken from C. Now in this case, how much amount I will take? In this case, how much amount I will take from SGST ka ITC? How much amount I will take from SGST ka ITC? Yes, Gulika is already confirmed. Great. 25%. Liability to be paid in cash. Do I need to pay any liability in cash? No. Do I need to pay any liability in cash? No. You are not required to pay any liability in cash. And what is the closing balance of ITC? That is, I'm calculating. It is not being asked in the question. Just I'm calculating only for my understanding. Do you understand that earlier I have completely given the amount to the CGST, and then I was ending up to paying 4,000 something under SGST. मैंने I का पहले C को completely दिया, then I was ending up with the SGST. But I have changed the order. I've changed the amount to C and S. I have changed the amount of allocation of IGST ITC to C and S, and by which I am not required to pay in cash. Got my point? Is that clear to you? Is it clear to you? एक बार सभी लोग कंफर्म करें कि सभी को क्लियर हुआ ना ये वाला पॉइंट. चलो 10 मिनट का ब्रेक ले. लेट्स टेक ए ब्रेक ऑफ 10 मिनट्स. एंड विल रिज्यूम एट 7:30. सर एक बार 10 मिनट का ब्रेक स्टार्ट कर दीजिए. थैंक यू. Now there is a question of a partnership firm, Geno Enterprises, a partnership firm, regular taxable person registered in Guwahati, Assam, and is engaged in the supply of the air condition and its accessory, as well as air condition repair servicing. Details of their various activity for the month of October 24 are as follows. Intrastate supply of air condition to the customer in Assam. Freight is separately charged in the invoice for the delivery of the goods at the customer doorsteps. Goods की वैल्यू 4 लाख रुपए, फ्रेट अलग से चार्ज किया 1 लाख रुपए. एंड गो टू द बॉटम, रेट ऑफ द टैक्सेस एक बार देख लेते हैं क्या है टैक्सेस का रेट. एयर कंडीशन रेट ऑफ द टैक्सेस 6%, सर्विसेज 9, स्टेबलाइजर 9 एंड फ्रेट 6. So in that case, will it be a composite supply or will it be a mixed supply? First tell me, will it be a composite supply or will it be mixed supply? Will it be a composite supply or will it be a mixed supply? Will it be a composite supply or will it be mixed supply? Answer is it will be the composite supply. And tax ka rate will be applicable, which is applied on the principal value. So can I say the 5 lakh, let's say 5 lakh is the value and 6% CGST and 6% SGST. ठीक है. Fine. This is the intrastate supply of air condition. So you can give the remarks that it is a composite supply. So that remarks would always be, the reasoning would always be required. ठीक है. Why you are charging the same rate of the taxes on the entire value. If you want, you can add one more column by saying the total value 5 lakh. ठीक है. And why 5 lakh? 4 lakh plus 1 lakh. ठीक है. Let's move further. Intrastate supply of repair services. Intrastate supply of repair services. Let me write over there. ठीक है. You have asked some question क्या? But sir, freight is separately shown in the invoice. Then who it will be composed by? हाँ, Mohammad Farhan. Very nice question. Very nice question. I am asking to all of you, in case of, so you remember that price should be the single. It is the condition of composite supply or mixed supply. Mohammad Farhan, tell me beta, कि price should be the single. It is the condition of composite supply or mixed supply. The condition is of mixed supply, mixed supply. If you go to the ITC chapter, if you go to the supply chapter, you will find that price should be single. It is written in the mixed supply. Single price होना चाहिए. ये condition किसकी है? It is the condition of mixed supply. And for the composite supply, no condition. No condition. It means it can be the single price, it can be the separate price, or whatever they want, or it can be sometime it can be free also. The pricing is not the condition for composite. Composite का condition क्या है? It should be naturally bundled, and out of which one should be the principal. क्या ये naturally bundled है? जब भी मैं डोर टू डोर डिलीवरी करूंगा, then freight will always be added in the value. It is naturally bundled. एंड क्या प्रिंसिपल आइटम है, अब फ्रेट प्रिंसिपल है या मेरा एयर कंडीशन प्रिंसिपल है, वी ऑल कैन से दैट यस एयर कंडीशन विल बी द प्रिंसिपल आइटम. The two condition, if the two condition are satisfied, then Farhan it become composite supply. Is that clear? Fine, fine बेटा, great. But good question. ऐसे आप क्वेश्चन पूछते रहिए ताकि क्या होगा, हम इस चैप्टर के बाहर भी आपके कुछ डिस्कशन कर सकते हैं which might missed or might not discussed considering that time. थोड़ा टाइम शॉर्ट है, बट जितना भी करेंगे बहुत अच्छे तरीके से करेंगे, विल डू अवर बेस्ट. ठीक है, अब नेक्स्ट बात करते हैं कि इंट्रास्टेट सप्लाई द रिपेयर सर्विस वेयर इन apart from charging the service charge, cost of the part or spares provided to the customer is also charged and for the same is separately mentioned in the invoice. अब आप देखिए, he has taken the parts also, he has taken the part also. Is it naturally bundled? Cannot say. 3 लाख की सर्विस में 50,000 का पार्ट, cannot say. And it's saying that apart from charging service charge, cost of the part provided the customer is also charged. Again I can say for composite supply, mixed supply, see there are 3 types of the supply. अगर वो natural, अगर वो bundled है, now try to understand. Tell me, I'm asking, always asking one question. Let me ask here also. Let's say I have one stationery shop. I have one stationery shop near to the exam center. On the day of the exam, you came to my shop and asking one pen, one calculator. You are asking 2-3 pen, different pen. One is gel pen, one is red pen, something like that. Out of which one pen is taxable at 5%, one pen is taxable at 12%. Assume that. And you are also asking calculator, which is charging at, let's say, 28%. Now, I'm giving 3 items to you on a single invoice. I'm giving 3 items to you on a single invoice. Can I say it is a mixed supply or composite supply? Will it be mixed supply or will it be composite supply? Tell me. So the entire item will be chargeable at 28%. So the answer is entire item would be chargeable at 28%. Is that? क्या मैं ये बोल सकता हूं कि is the entire item will be chargeable at 28%? All item would be chargeable at 28% GST. सबसे पहले, अच्छा एक बात बताइए. फाइन, नो प्रॉब्लम, नो प्रॉब्लम, अंडरस्टूड. थैंक यू. सम ऑफ द पार्टिसिपेंट्स आर गिविंग द गुड आंसर. एक बात बताइए, क्या मैं एक इनवॉइस पर अलग अलग डिफरेंट टैक्स रेट के आइटम की सप्लाई नहीं कर सकता? क्या मैं एक इनवॉइस पर 4-5 आइटम सप्लाई नहीं कर सकता विच आर चार्जेबल टू डिफरेंट टैक्स रेट? Can I do the charge? Can I do the 4-5 item in a single invoice chargeable at different tax rate? I can. Why you are saying whenever my customer is purchasing 4-5 item, it will always be the mix or composite? It can be individual supply also, no? It can be independent supply, right, Soumya? Can't it be independent supply? It can be. तो आपको ये देखना है क्या ये बंडल्ड बना के दिया है मैंने या इंडिविजुअल आइटम दिया है. If it is an individual item, भले वो एक टैक्स इनवॉइस है तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? It doesn't matter. If there is single tax invoice, it will be chargeable to different tax rate. हाँ, अगर bundled दिया है, then I will say, is it a naturally bundled? Then it will be composite. If it is not naturally bundled, it is mixed. Provided price should be single. Are you getting my point? There are always 3 transactions. If it is not bundled, it can be independent supply. If it is bundled, then I will say it is naturally bundled or not, composite or mix. In the example, in this question, I can say इन दिस क्वेश्चन, एक सेकेंड मैं शेयर करता हूं स्क्रीन. इन दिस क्वेश्चन, कैन आई से इट इज बंडल्ड सप्लाई एट ऑल? इट इज बंडल सप्लाई. कहां लिखा हुआ बंडल्ड है? It is not naturally bundled. See, something if it is saying that it will be the part of, it is necessary to provide the repair service, the component has to be provided. It is not like that. See, जब हम let's say अगर आपकी let's say you have the two wheeler and you are going to the repair or repair center, होंडा के पास में जाते हैं एक्टिवा को रिपेयर करवाने के लिए, then you might have the additional item का requirement ना. He charging let's say 1,000 rupees for aim for repair or for whatever the repair for the entire Activa. But at that time you might purchase some additional item. आपका ब्रेक काम नहीं कर रहा है, you are taking the break. आपका बैटरी काम नहीं कर रहा, you are purchasing the battery. Is it a naturally bundled? Is it the part of AMC service? You are purchasing the material also. At the time of the service, you are purchasing the material also. तो अगर मेरी सर्विस कंपोनेंट है और साथ में मैंने मटेरियल सप्लाई किया है, you can give the assumption, you can give the assumption that it is not naturally bundled and therefore it is considered as independent supply. What is the tax rate? सर्विस का टैक्स रेट है आपका 9% और पार्ट्स का टैक्स रेट है 6%. तो मैंने यहां पे क्या किया कि एक सेकेंड, वैल्यू क्या है इसकी? वैल्यू है 3,50,000. 3 lakh, let's say 3,50,000, correct? So I am interested supply na, it is interested supply. So I am saying 3 lakh is chargeable to 6% tax rate. ठीक है. And 50,000 is chargeable to 9% tax rate. और मैंने उल्टा कर दिया. I think I have done wrong. तो सर्विस का टैक्स रेट इज 9% एंड गुड्स का टैक्स रेट इज एक सेकंड वापस देख लेता हूं. गुड्स का टैक्स रेट इज 6%. गुड्स का टैक्स रेट इज 6% एंड सर्विस का टैक्स रेट इज 9%. ठीक है. एनी डाउट? Means bundled will be done by supplier and unpacked, then it will be mixed supply. Bundled should be supplier side, not at recipient side. हाँ करेक्ट ना. सप्लाई मतलब उस आइटम का सेल ही बंडल्ड के रूप में हो रहा है. उस आइटम का सेल बंडल के रूप में हो रहा है. इट कुड बी फ्रॉम रिसिपेंट. सी रिसिपेंट के साइड हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता, बट सप्लायर के साइड में तो होना ही चाहिए. इफ सप्लायर मेकिंग द इंडिविजुअल सप्लाई, ऑब्वियसली इट इज नॉट बंडल्ड. बट आप क्या है, सो देयर इज, इट इज ऑलवेज डिबेटेबल आंसर. इट इज ऑलवेज डिबेटेबल पॉइंट. सो फ्रॉम एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, यू प्लीज एड द अजम्पशन. जो भी आप अजम्पशन ले रहे हो, अजम्पशन लिख दीजिए. एंड इफ यू आर गिविंग द अजम्पशन, इट विल बी ट्रीटेड एज करेक्ट आंसर जो भी है. क्योंकि मिक्स सप्लाई कंपोजिट सप्लाई का कोई मतलब कोई है ना आपका फिक्स्ड पैरामीटर नहीं है कि इस केस में इसको कंपोजिट मानेंगे, इस केस में इसको मिक्स मानेंगे, इस केस में इसको इंडिविजुअल मानेंगे. नो, देयर इज नो फिक्स्ड पैरामीटर. देयरफॉर you always add the assumption why you are treating this. Fine, Astha? Just confirm so that we can move further. ठीक है. Any doubt? Independent supply? कोई डाउट है तो बता दीजिए मुझे. ठीक है ना? ठीक है. अभी नेक्स्ट लाइन आइटम की बात करते हैं. 1 हो गया, 2 हो गया, 3 में बात करते हैं. इन ऑर्डर टू इनहांस देयर सेल्स एंड टू क्लियर द स्टॉक्स ऑफ द ओल्ड एयर कंडीशन, दे आर मेकिंग द कॉम्बो ऑफर. नाउ अब वो कॉम्बो ऑफर की बात कर रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब क्या है? ये है तो या तो कंपोजिट या मिक्स. इट विल बी आइदर कंपोजिट और मिक्स. ये इंडिविजुअल सप्लाई नहीं हो सकता. ठीक है. If the customer purchases the air condition along with the stabilizer, the same is offered at combo price of rupees 20,000. इंस्टेड ऑफ ओरिजिनल प्राइस ऑफ 30,000। मतलब यहां पे कंडीशनर अगर परचेस करेगा सेपरेटली एयर कंडीशनर या स्टेबलाइजर परचेस करेगा, अगर अलग अलग परचेस करेगा ही हैज टू पे 30, और अगर वो कॉम्बो में परचेस करेगा ही हैज टू पे 20। कैन आई से इट इज नेचुरली बंडल्ड? कैन आई से इट इज? नो, वी कांट से इट इज नेचुरली, इट इज नॉट नेचुरली बंडल्ड। क्यों? क्योंकि ये कॉम्बो प्राइस में सेल कर रहा है, सप्लाई तो कॉम्बो में है, बंडल्ड है। नेचुरली बंडल नहीं है, क्योंकि वो चाहे तो सेपरेटली परचेस कर सकता है और इसको कॉम्बो में बेचा जा रहा है सो दैट ही कैन क्लियर द स्टॉक, ही कैन क्लियर दिस आइटम, बिकॉज इसने क्या वर्ड लिखा है? क्लियर द स्टॉक ऑफ ओल्ड मॉडल। तो देयरफॉर इट इज नॉट नेचुरली बंडल्ड, इट इज नॉट नेचुरली बंडल्ड, इट इज कॉम्बो, बंडल्ड है, एंड देयरफॉर इट विल बी द मिक्स सप्लाई। अब मिक्स सप्लाई में कौन सी टैक्स रेट अप्लाई होती है? प्रिंसिपल वाली या हाईएस्ट रेट वाला? विल इट बी प्रिंसिपल और विल इट बी हाईएस्ट टैक्स रेट? हाईएस्ट टैक्स रेट ना। सो एयर कंडीशन पर कितना है? एयर कंडीशन पर 6% है, और एक्सेप्ट स्टेबलाइजर, ओके, स्टेबलाइजर पर 9% है। पूरे कॉम्बो पे 6 लगेगा या 9 लगेगा? मतलब 9 + 9 18 लगेगा या 12 लगेगा? इट विल बी 18, एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट। तो अभी हम एक बार लिख लें, ठीक है। सो वैल्यू कितनी थी? वैल्यू थी मेरी 2 लाख, 2 लाख वैल्यू थी ना? हाँ 2 लाख नहीं, 20,000 थी। 20,000 इंटू 20,000 इंटू 10, टोटल 10 पीसेस थे ना, टोटल 10 नंबर थे, तो 2 लाख हो गए। एंड इट इज इंटरेस्टेड सप्लाई, सॉरी इट इज इंटरेस्टेड सप्लाई, सो देयरफॉर इट विल बी 18%। ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं। परचेज बिजनेस क्लास एयर टिकट फॉर, परचेज आ गया, सेल की बात खत्म हो गई। आई थिंक सेल इज कंप्लीटेड, बाय दिस सेल इज कंप्लीटेड, फाइन, नो प्रॉब्लम। Read the next. Purchase the business class air ticket for intra-state travel from Guwahati to Assam for executive employee relating to the business of the concern. Basic fare इतना, GST इतना। अगर applicable है तो tell me, it is an exempt supply or it is taxable supply? Tell me first, will it be exempt supply or will it be taxable supply? Tell me, will it be exempt supply or will it be taxable supply? Will it be exempt supply or will it be taxable supply? Okay, fine. Tell me one more thing. Will this word, will this word make the different view? क्या बिजनेस क्लास जो वर्ड लिखा है इसके कारण आपका कुछ व्यू चेंज होगा, और इट इज स्टिल सेम आंसर? द वर्ड रिटर्न इज बिजनेस क्लास, इज इट स्टिल exempted or taxable? Is it still exempted or taxable? It become taxable. It become taxable because exempt क्या है? What is the exempt? Exempt is economic class. बिजनेस ट्रेवल ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, पर अगर बिजनेस क्लास ले लिया तो आपके लिए प्रॉब्लम है। सो कैलकुलेशन ऑफ आईटीसी हम सेपरेटली लिख लेते हैं। सो व्हाट इज द परचेज बिजनेस क्लास एयर टिकट फॉर इंट्रास्टेट ट्रेवल? परचेज business class ticket for intrastate travel. What is the value? 40,000. So the value is 40,000 and tax rate is 2.5%. 5%. ठीक है, is that okay? Let's move further. Next is, in respect of the few the invoices of the financial year 23-24, ITC of C20, S20 and I80 was not taken earlier. Now want to avail the ITC in respect of that invoice in current month. What is the month? Month is October 24. Oh my God. Can he add in October 24? Can he add in October 24? Obviously, is adding in the month of November. But sir, it starts from Assam, which is specified place for air. So you mean to say it should be exempted? It should be exempted. It means check which class is written. Which class is written? Let me show you the respective chapter also. एक बार मुझे आप आंसर बता दीजिए सिर्फ इसका, क्या आईटीसी ले सकते हैं इन द मंथ ऑफ नवंबर और नॉट? जस्ट कंफर्म. मीनवाइल आई विल गिव यू योर आंसर. मैं एक बार रेस्पेक्टिव पीपीटी ओपन चैप्टर ओपन कर लेता हूं अपना, and then you will have the better clarity. Meanwhile, please give the answer. Can the ITC be available of the missed invoice or not? Just एक बार मुझे आंसर दे दीजिए. मैं so fine. I'll just give the answer to this one question was there. Transportation of passenger by air embarking from or terminating in the state of Northeast or Bagdora, that is okay. West Bengal is exempt from GST, provided said transportation is in which class? Is in economy class. And our question was talking about which class? Our question was talking about business class. Is that clear? ठीक है ना? So that is the reason. So ये है ना, ये पॉइंट बड़े डेंजर होते हैं, मतलब इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. दीज ऑल पॉइंट आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एक छोटा सा चेंज किया और सी द कंफ्यूजन हैज बीन क्रिएटेड. टैक्स का रेट दे दिया और साथ में इन्होंने क्या कह दिया? इन केस द सेम इज एप्लीकेबल. तो डाउट ये आ गया, आसाम है तो क्या ये एग्जेम्प्ट होगा? चेक विच क्लास? बिजनेस क्लास, नॉट एग्जेम्प्ट. ठीक है, फाइन. तो अभी क्या हुआ? Earlier of below 3 annual return or 30th number, whichever is earlier. Assume that not available for missed invoice. No ITC on missed invoice. No. Oh my God. Why no? Why no? Tell me why no. Pooja, Sunil, everyone. Everyone, please confirm why no. 16(2) में कोई टाइम लिमिट नहीं है बेटा. If you go to the 16 subsection 4, if you go to the 16 subsection 4, कहाँ चला गया? एक मिनट. Just allow me 1 minute. If you go to the 16 subsection 4 of the CGST Act, it says that ITC can be taken till 30th November or annual return, whichever is earlier, because of the information not given for the, no information has been given for the annual return. Therefore, you can take the ITC till 30th November. Here we are talking about GST return, or here we are talking about the information of October. Can he claim the ITC? Answer is yes. Again, you should write that why ITC would be available, because the limit is 30th November or annual return, whichever is earlier. We are assuming that annual return has not been furnished by the recipient. Therefore, we are taking the ITC in the month of for the month of October. We are taking the ITC for the GST return which is filed for the month of October, and also that return has to be filed on or before 30th November. That return has to be filed on or before 30th November. It is also not written, so you can add in the assumption. क्या assumption है? मैंने यहाँ पे दो assumption लिया है. पहला assumption ये लिया है कि I am assuming the annual return is not filed. Second assumption I am taking, the GST return for the month of October is being furnished by 30th November. Then only the ITC would be available. Is that clear? So ITC of missed invoice. ठीक है, तो 20,000 and 20,000. So total ITC is 21,000, 21,000. Total ITC is of 21,000, 21,000. बड़ा कम ITC है. He has very lesser amount of the ITC. तो और क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट या अभी और भी कुछ है? सॉरी मिस्ड, आई हैव मिस्ड 80,000 का IGST. 80,000 is the IGST. तब तो ठीक है. हाँ, now it is okay. Again you need to calculate and tell me. You need to calculate and tell me how the offset would be given. How the offset would be given. ये मेरी liability है और ये मेरी ITC है. Now tell me which ITC would be used first toward which liability. कौन सा ITC मैं पहला यूज करूंगा किस लाइबिलिटी के लिए along with amount. ये बहुत बड़ी एक्सरसाइज है, प्लीज करता हूं. मैं कौन सी लाइबिलिटी के अगेंस्ट में कौन सी ITC यूज करूंगा फर्स्ट, ये बताएं मुझे. करेक्ट. IGST फॉर IGST. एक बार तो कंफर्म है ना, एक बात तो क्लियर है ना. IGST फॉर IGST. चलो सर, मेरे पास 80 है, मुझे कितना यूज करना? 36. नाउ अभी IGST, CGST और SGST बैलेंस भी एक बार चेक करते रहते हैं, ठीक है ना. कितना मेरा IGST का मेरा 80,000 था और मैंने यूज कर लिया 36,000. सो नाउ द बैलेंस इज 44,000. एंड व्हाट इज द बैलेंस ऑफ CGST एंड व्हाट इज द बैलेंस ऑफ SGST? 21,000. कोई now you do not have the liability in the I, you have the liability under C 60,000, under S 60,000. Tell me which ITC you will use first. Which ITC you will use first, this one or this one? Which ITC you will use first? हाँ, tell me one thing, just I'm asking the question. Can the entire 44,000 be given to CGST? Is it permissible as per the law? अगर मैं चाहूं तो क्या मैं entire 44 में C को दे सकता हूं without giving single पैसा to S? Can I do so? Can I do so? कि entire 44 मैं C को दे दूं. Is it possible? Answer is yes, it is possible, but only problem that would not be the effective utilization, because you will end up with the CGST का ITC. You will end up with CGST का ITC. So क्या है, इसके पास में कितना है? 21. इसके पास में कितना है? 21. तो bare minimum you will take 39,000. bare minimum you will take 39,000. इतना तो आपको लेना है इसमें से, and balance amount you can take from this, or if you want you can divide half off, or if you want you can divide. See, will this be permissible or not? Tell me, will this be permissible or not? Will this be permissible or not? Answer is permissible. It's my choice. As per any amount I can do. This is also the effective utilization. क्यों? क्योंकि मैं C को पे नहीं करना चाहता हूं. So what will happen? I have taken from I 39,000 because it has 21,000. So there will be no liability to be discharged in cash. I can say how much liability they will take from S. कितना liability मुझे cash में pay करना पड़ेगा? This, and this 34,000. Permissible in any manner. So I can say entire 34 would be paid in cash under SGST, or it may be possible कि मैंने क्या किया, I have done this also divided by 2. ठीक है, and you have 21,000 C and S, and in that case you will end up with 17,000 CGST, 17,000 SGST. This is also okay. Please confirm, is it clear to all? Please confirm, is it clear to all? We will take up one more question, not more than that. हम एक क्वेश्चन और करने की कोशिश करेंगे, उससे ज्यादा नहीं हो पाएगा. ठीक है, हम एक क्वेश्चन और करेंगे बट उससे ज्यादा नहीं हो पाएगा, बट विल ट्राई टू कंप्लीट वन मोर क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, सभी को क्लियर हुआ ना? 86A will ITC will get blocked or only of that particular transaction. 86A क्या कहता है मुझे बताओ. What is the 86A? 86A आपकी किस ट्रांसी नहीं, you mean to say that suppose there is any bogus transaction, you mean to say that transaction का ITC is blocked या सभी ITC पूरी ब्लॉक हो जाएगी? Is that mean? Do you asking? मेरे हिसाब से एंटायर आईटीसी जो नॉर्मली प्रैक्टिकली क्या होता है कि वट एवर द आईटीसी अवेलेबल इन योर बैलेंस ना, दे आर ब्लॉकिंग द एंटायर आईटीसी. They are not identifying transaction wise, because in that case they will have to work upon lot कि किस किस ट्रांजेक्शन का आपने कैसे कैसे आइडेंटिफाई किया. So straight forward they will block entire ITC. ठीक है, कोई और डाउट है किसी का? ठीक है, एनी डाउट? नहीं सर, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. लेट्स टेक वन मोर क्वेश्चन. MLM प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन थे यार. I'm unable to complete. I think there are a lot of questions which is prepared by MLM Private Limited, registered person in Udaipur, Rajasthan, engaged in the various line of the business, provided the following details regarding the transaction undertook in the month of the March. ठीक है, advance received from Mr. Gokul for business support service to be supplied in the month of April. मार्च में एडवांस मिला for business support service. Will the liability to pay the tax arise in the month of the March, or will the liability to pay the tax arise in the month of April? In the month of March itself. Correct, because ये सर्विस है. So एक बार मैं ये इसको भी लिख लेता हूँ ना, उसी तरीके से कर लेते हैं. गोकुल फॉर बिजनेस सपोर्ट सर्विस टू बी सप्लाइड इन द मंथ ऑफ मार्च, इसी तरीके से कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, एक मिनट दीजिए, जस्ट अलाउ मी 1 मिनट है. सॉरी, हाँ, जस्ट एक चार्जर मुझे लगाने दीजिए, एक मिनट दीजिए. So advance received rupees 2 lakh, and what is the rate of the taxes they have given? Supply the goods 6%, supply the service 9%, and support your calculation. ठीक है, ठीक है. So the value is 2 lakh. Let me write, and CGST, SGST, and IGST. Uh, they are saying interstate supply or interstate supply. Udaipur engaged in the very various line of the business. It is located in Rajasthan. Advance received from Gokul and to be supplied in the month of April. Any idea from where the Gokul is all inward and outward? And acha, okay. So by assumption number 4, all inward and outward are intrastate except otherwise stated. So we will treat intra only. And अगर स्पेसिफिकली लिखा तो हम इंटर मानेंगे. ठीक है ना? चलो. तो अभी टैक्स की रेट क्या होगी इसके ऊपर? 9%, राइट? Next is provided commission service under pure labor contract to the Raj builder of the Jaipur for multi-story residential complex. Quickly tell me, will it be exempt or will it be taxable? Will it be exempt or will it be taxable? Will it be exempt or will it be taxable? Oh, exempt. Able to see my screen? Service by way of the pure. This is an exemption chapter which I open. This is an exemption chapter which I opened. What is written? Service by the pure labor contract to the single residential unit, otherwise as a part of the residential complex. And what is written in our question? In our question, what is written? It is a residential complex. Is it clear? Will it be taxable or will it be exempt? एक बार confirm करो. Everyone, will it be taxable or will it be exempt? I hope it is clear. Because it is not. Because it is not. वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूं मैं. वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूं. ये कब एग्जेम्प्ट है? अगर आप प्योर लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की सर्विस देते सिंगल रेजिडेंशियल यूनिट को. कब ये टैक्सेबल होगा? अगर आप रेजिडेंशियल कॉम्प्लेक्स को सर्विस देंगे तब ये टैक्सेबल होगा प्योर लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. इस वाले क्वेश्चन में सर्विस किसको दी थी? रेजिडेंशियल कॉम्प्लेक्स को. देयरफॉर इट इज टैक्सेबल. देयरफॉर इट इज टैक्सेबल. और टैक्स की रेट क्या है? वही 9%. वैल्यू कितनी थी? 5 लाख. परफेक्टली ओके. परफेक्टली ओके. ठीक है. बहुत बढ़िया बेटा. मैंने आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट किया था, प्लीज कनेक्ट मी ऑन लिंक्डइन. प्लीज कनेक्ट मी, प्लीज एड मी इन योर लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल. एंड जब भी आप पास करें एग्जाम, वेन एवर यू अपियर इन द एग्जाम एंड क्लियर द एग्जाम, काइंडली इन्फॉर्म. सिंपल है मेरा लिंक्डइन का जो नाम आपको दिख रहा है स्क्रीन पर, ARUNCHHJER. मेरा सिर्फ एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है, मैं आपसे कनेक्ट इसलिए होना चाहता हूं ताकि जब भी आप अपनी लाइफ में आगे ग्रो करें, बीइंग ए फैकल्टी, इवन टेम्पररी पीरियड के लिए मैं आपका फैकल्टी हूं, बट आई शुड बी अवेयर एंड आई विल बी मोर हैप्पी फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. तो जब बच्चे लोग, अभी मैं काफी टाइम से, और मैं सिर्फ बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज में पढ़ाता हूँ, कहीं और नहीं पढ़ाता. ठीक है. तो थोड़ी इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है तो खुशी खुशी मिलती है. और खुद का टाइम याद आता है जब वेन एवर वी क्लियर एवर एग्जाम्स. ठीक है. सो इफ यू वांट, देर इज नो कंपोनेंट ऑफ मार्केटिंग इन्वॉल्व. नथिंग. आई एम वर्किंग ओनली फॉर द बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज, ICAI, नॉट एनी प्राइवेट. सो मेरा मार्केटिंग का कोई कंपोनेंट इंक्लूड नहीं है इसमें. जस्ट मैं आपसे कनेक्ट होना चाहता हूँ. दैट इज द ओनली एंड सोल पर्पस टू ऑल ऑफ यू. ठीक है. आगे बढ़े. Stock transfer without consideration to its branch in Jodhpur. Branch has the same GSTIN number. Tell me, will it be taxable or will it not be taxable? Will it be taxable or will it not be taxable? Taxable or not taxable? Now give me the reason why taxable, why not taxable. Give me the reason why taxable or why not taxable. एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. विदाउट कंसिडरेशन, क्या विदाउट कंसिडरेशन रीजन है नॉन टैक्सेबल का, या सेम जीएसटी नंबर रीजन है नॉन टैक्सेबल का? आंसर इज एज पर शेड्यूल 1 पैरा 2, it is taxable, but it should be the distinct person. Because it has the same GST number, therefore it is not distinct person, and therefore it is not taxable as per the schedule 1. So I can say it is not taxable. ठीक है, let's go further. Outward supplies to the various unrelated person. Intrastate 5 lakh और transaction value 5 lakh. Sir, now tell me, will you take market value or will you take transaction value, and along with reason why? Okay, because we all know, section 15 subsection 1 talks about the GST would be payable on the transaction value, except if you are doing the transaction with the related party, then transaction value not acceptable, or if you are doing the transaction having non-monetary consideration also, then also transaction value is not acceptable. Because it is unrelated, therefore the GST would be payable on the transaction value only. GST would be payable on the transaction value. You can give the reason. Because it is unrelated party, hence transaction value is considered for the purpose of liability of GST. Is that clear? ठीक है, वैल्यू कितना था एक बार, 5,75,000, राइट? 5,75,000, 5,75,000. एंड गुड्स था कि सर्विस था? सेल ऑफ गुड्स. एंड व्हाट इज द रेट ऑफ द सेल ऑफ द गुड्स? गुड्स के ऊपर रेट है आपकी 6%. ठीक है, इज इट ओके? सेल ऑफ द गुड्स के ऊपर 6% रेट है. सो आई कैन सिंपली से फाइन. इज इट क्लियर? अभी ये आगे क्या कह रहे हैं? ही सेइंग इनवर्ट ट्रांजैक्शन. तो अभी आईटीसी की बात हो गई, तो हम एक बार टैक्स लाइबिलिटी की बात कर लेते हैं. व्हाट इज द टैक्स लाइबिलिटी? टैक्स लाइबिलिटी इज 97,500. Tax liability is 97,500. Now we will calculate the ITC. Calculation of ITC. ठीक है. If related or non market value. Absolutely correct. आस्था correct. नहीं, तो पूजा सेक्शन का, सी अगेन वेरी गुड पॉइंट. एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सेक्शन का रेफरेंस दो या मत दो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. If you give the reference of the section or not give the reference of the section, in my understanding it will not too much impact, but reasoning आपको जरूर लिखनी है. Like इस example में, इस question में मैं क्या reasoning लिखा कि because the recipient is unrelated, therefore the market value will not be considered, because as per the relevant provision, the transaction value will not be accepted in two cases: if the recipient is related or the transaction value is not the completely in the money. So I will try to give the reasoning in this manner. I will never say कि market value will not be considered, transaction value will be considered as per section 15 subsection 1. दिस वुड नॉट प्रॉपर कंपेयर टू द डिटेल रीजनिंग। लैंग्वेज आपको टेक्स्ट में रीजन लिखना है इंस्टेड ऑफ सेक्शन। दोनों लिख दो, बहुत बढ़िया। ना लिखो, सेक्शन नंबर याद रहना पॉसिबल नहीं हो सकता। इन दैट केस यू मस्ट राइट द रीजन इन टेक्स्ट। आई होप इट इज क्लियर, पूजा एंड एवरीवन। ठीक है, ये मेरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग है और मेरे हिसाब से, क्योंकि आपके पास में काफी सब्जेक्ट है, यू माइट मिक्स द सेक्शन नंबर। अभी आपको 15 सीजीएसटी का लिखना था, लेकिन आपने 15 आईजीएसटी का लिख दिया, तो वट एवर द रीजन यू गिवन इट विल बी इनकरेक्ट एंटायरली। ऑलवेज यूज द मेन पार्ट, रीजनिंग क्रक्स, किसके कारण वो टैक्सेबल है, एग्जेम्प्ट है, वट एवर द रीजनिंग यू आर गिविंग। आगे बढ़ते हैं। रिसीव्ड कार रेंटल सर्विस, received car rental service from Carmen Private Limited, an unregistered company in Udaipur, engaged in the car renting services. MLM Private Limited paid the rent on monthly basis. Cost of the fuel included in monthly rent. Oh, rate of the GST 6% each. Now tell me, मैंने कार रिसीव द कार रेंटल सर्विस फ्रॉम कैरमन प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, अनरजिस्टर्ड कंपनी है, तो जीएसटी फॉरवर्ड चार्ज पे होगा या आरसीएम पे करना पड़ेगा? विल द जीएसटी बी अंडर फॉरवर्ड चार्ज और आई नीड टू पे द टैक्स अंडर आरसीएम? Will the GST be payable under forward charge or will it be under RCA? Will it be under forward charge or will it be under RCA? RCM car dealer is unregistered. Okay. So does it matter? Okay. RCM car rental. एक बार सोचिए, there is some crux in this. थोड़ा सा बेटर पार्ट है, आप सोचिए ना कि will it be under RCM, will it be under forward charge, will it be under RCM? मैं, है ना, एक बार, है ना, RCM चैप्टर भी ओपन करता हूँ। मीनवाइल लेट मी ओपन दैट RCM चैप्टर आल्सो फॉर योर बेटर क्लैरिटी। एक बार रखिएगा जस्ट। फाइन, I have opened that. Now the relevant provision is in front of you. You again tell me. I will not explain right now what is the reason. क्या आंसर होगा मैं अभी आपको एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहा हूं। आप मुझे बताइए, फॉरवर्ड चार्ज होगा या आरसीएम होगा या कुछ और आंसर हो सकता है। रीड द प्रोविजन। आई हैव ओपन द रिलेवेंट एंट्री इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू। एक बार अच्छे से रीड कीजिए, उसके बाद आप मुझे आंसर दीजिए। राइट खुशी, you have given the, this point is correct. So what is your answer? खुशी, what is your answer? FCM और RCM? FCM और RCM? मैंने आपके सामने रिलीवेंट एंट्री इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, रिलीवेंट रिवर्स चार्ज, आई हैव ओपन द रिवर्स चार्ज चैप्टर फ्रॉम द स्टडी मटेरियल एंड इट इज अप ऑन फ्रंट ऑफ यू। काइंडली रीड एंड देन गिव द आंसर। I can say most of the participant will do the mistake here. Most of the participant will do the mistake here in this case. Kindly give the reason. What is the correct answer along with reason? body corporate. In this example, whether supplier is body corporate or not. In this example, whether supplier is body corporate or not. Whether supplier is body corporate or not. In this example, whether supplier is body corporate or not. See, Gulika, whether it is written, अब यहाँ पे देखिए, try to understand whether they've used the word any registered person, whether they've used the word any unregistered person. No, they've only used the word any person. It will include registered as well as unregistered. But what should not be? It should not be the body corporate. In this example, whether supplier is body corporate or not. Answer is yes, supplier is body corporate. Whether he is registered or not, it is immaterial for the purpose of reverse charge, because they've used the word any person. Because they've used the word any person, therefore it is immaterial whether supplier is registered or not. वो क्या नहीं होना चाहिए? He should not be the body corporate. But whether he is body corporate, yes. Therefore, RCM will not be applicable. Is it clear? अभी आरसीएम की बात की, एफसीएम में अभी एक्सप्लेन करूंगा. आई विल एक्सप्लेन द एफसीएम पार्ट, बट फर्स्ट टेल मी आरसीएम विल नॉट बी एप्लीकेबल इन दिस केस. इज इट क्लियर टू ऑल? एक बार कंफर्म करें, आरसीएम इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल इन दिस केस. इज इट क्लियर टू ऑल? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है, आरसीएम चैप्टर के सीरियल नंबर में ये बात ध्यान रखना कि सप्लायर किस कैटेगरी का है. एनी पर्सन वर्ड यूज है, एनी रजिस्टर्ड पर्सन वर्ड यूज है, एनी अनरजिस्टर्ड पर्सन वर्ड यूज है. क्या यूज है वो आप जरूर ध्यान रखना. इट विल चेंज द आंसर. नाउ if it is not under RCM, can I say that if it will be under FCM? Can I say that if it not RCM, it will be under FCM? अगर RCM नहीं है तो FCM होगा ना. फाइन. एक बात बताइए, एक बात बताइए, जस्ट टेल मी, can I provide the service up to 20 lakh or 40 lakh without taking the registration? Tell me one thing, can I provide the service or goods below threshold limit without taking the registration? मैं सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर सकता हूं ना, या गुड्स की सप्लाई कर सकता हूं विद इन द लिमिट विदाउट टेकिंग द रजिस्ट्रेशन? कैन आई डू सो? आंसर इज यस, आई कैन. दैट इज द रीजन द threshold limit is being kept by the law. Threshold limit is being kept by the law. Now read the question. What is the status of the supplier? Unregistered. Will he pay the tax on this transaction? Will he pay the tax on this transaction? Assuming he is well below the threshold limit. Assuming he is well below the threshold limit. मैं इतना मान रहा हूं कि वो unregistered है. He is doing the proper compliances. Because of the law, he is remain unregistered. अगर वो unregistered है, क्या वो GST चार्ज करेगा? If he is unregistered, will he charge the GST as forward charge? Answer is no. Answer is no. And therefore, it will not be under RCM. It will not be under FCM also. Clear? Is it clear? एक बार confirm करें. Is that clear? Is that clear? Not forgot to give the reason. Wherever you are explaining, not forgot to give the reason. So I can say it is nil. It is nil. ठीक है. And I will add this RCM liability. I can say no RCM as supplier is body corporate. ठीक है, supplier is body corporate. ठीक है, no RCM. ठीक है, supplier is body corporate. Fine. We will move to the next part. Now it's saying that intrastate supply the various goods and services used for furtherance of the business. Intrastate supply. So what is the value? The 7,50,000 goods and 2,50,000 services. I can say goods and services 7,50,000 and 2,50,000. ठीक है. What is the rate of the goods and what is the rate on services? 6% on goods and 9% on services. ठीक है. Calculation of ITC. चल आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's move further. Now it says that next part is the company paid to Mr. Ajay independent director as sitting fees. What would be your answer? आप क्या बोलेंगे? What you will say? What you will say? It will be under RCM because it is independent director. They are paying the sitting fees, so it will be taxable under RCM. It will be taxable under RCM. So first I will write here also. So you please change the language, proper language you should write the reverse charge for the RCM. Okay. What is the total amount? 50,000. 50,000. Correct. Okay. So and same amount he can take the ITC, right? He will pay the tax, and in the same month can he take the ITC, or in the next month he will take the ITC? Tell me whether he will be able to take the ITC in the same month, or will he be able to take the ITC in the next month? What would be your answer? Will he be able to take ITC in the same month, or will he be able to take the ITC in the next month? Multiple time it has been clarified by the CBIC. Multiple time it has been clarified, and in the GST there is no provision which talks about ITC to be taken in next month. No, in the same month he can take the ITC. Please note, in the same month he can take the ITC. At one side he will pay, at one side he will take the ITC. Okay. So this is the total ITC amount. Anything which is left, let's read. The company, one thing is left. Company made the donation of 4,50,000 to the local old age home for setting the water cooler at old age homes, with the name of the company embedded on the water cooler to express their support for the good cause. Oh. Is it an outward supply or inward supply? First tell me, is it an outward supply or inward supply? Is it an outward supply or inward supply? Will it be taxable in the GST? क्या ये taxable है? Will it be taxable in the GST? It is not the supply. It is not taxable. Can you give me the reason why it is not taxable? It says that company has made the donation of this much of the amount and to express their support for the good cause. अगर ये marketing होता, it could be the marketing also. Suppose if the company like to make the advertisement of the name of the company, then it could be the barter. It could be the transaction come taxable. It will become the taxable. मतलब I am paying for my advertisement. I am paying you for my advertisement. Every donation is not exempted. So it says, it clearly says that to express their support for the good cause. कंपनी का नाम लिखा है बट नॉट फॉर मार्केटिंग, क्योंकि नाम तो लिखा जाएगा ना. डोनेशन, इफ यू आर गिविंग द डोनेशन, सम नेम वुड बी देयर हु हैज गिवन द डोनेशन. इट इज गिवन इन सच ए मैनर दैट इट इज expressing that they are supporting for the good cause, and therefore it is not taxable. And because it is not taxable, no question of ITC or taxability, and therefore you can give the this much of the amount. ठीक है, you give the reason whatever we have discussed. The total ITC is 72,000 CGST, 72,000 SGST. And what is the total liability? Total liability is 97. So no, now let me make one table. Liability RCM other than RCM. Can we use the ITC for discharging the RCM ka liability? Can we use the ITC for discharging the RCM ka liability? Can we use the ITC for discharging the RCM ka liability? The answer is no, I cannot use. It has to be discharged in cash. Okay. What is the other than RCM? My total liability is 97,500 other than RCM, for which I can use the ITC. But can I use the ITC for RCM? Answer is no, which we have discussed. Now tell me, there is no point to discuss. There is no cross utilization. It is very, very simple. So you have the ITC of the CGST. Can C give to S or S can give to C? क्या CGST SGST को दे सकता है, SGST CGST को दे सकता है? आंसर इज नो. सो ये तो बड़ा सिंपल सा आंसर हो गया ना, मतलब इसमें तो आई है ही नहीं, तो ये तो बड़ा सिंपल हो गया. नाउ आई कैन से फॉर RCM he has to pay in cash this much of the amount, and other than RCM कितना पे करना पड़ेगा? It has the liability of 97,500, it has the ITC of 72. So total amount which need to be paid, that is 30,000. मैं इसको अलग से लिख देता हूं, ये ज्यादा बेटर है. मतलब 4,500 तो आपको पे करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज ऑफ RCM, एंड अदर देन दैट whatever there is a short. So the total amount which need to be paid in cash is 30,000. Is that clear to all? Is that clear to all? So we could not complete too much question answer. We could not complete too much question answer. Asta is asking 86B exemption cash payment and output tax liability will be computed up to last month, will be cumulate. सर एक बार कंफर्म करना, कैन बी अनम्यूट एंड आस्क. सर एक बार कंफर्म कीजिए ना, IT अशोक जी, अजीत जी जो भी हैं, वी कैन अनम्यूट ना. सो आस्था, कैन यू अनम्यूट एंड आस्क? कैन यू प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड आस्क फॉर एग्जेम्पशन पर्पस? मैं अभी भी क्लियर नहीं हुआ. एक बार अनम्यूट कीजिए. एग्जेम्पशन का क्यों लिंक कर रहे हो आप सर? हाँ, गुड इवनिंग बेटा.
सर जो 86B में लास्ट में गिवन है पेमेंट ऑफ आउटपुट टैक्स लायबिलिटी थ्रू इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कैश लेजर इन एक्सेस 1% ऑफ टोटल आउटपुट टैक्स लायबिलिटी इन करंट फाइनेंशियल ईयर. सो सर हमें लास्ट मंथ का क्यूमुलेट करते हुए आना पड़ेगा. जैसे अगर हमें अप्रैल और मई का हमें क्यूमुलेट करना पड़ेगा फॉर जून 1% कैलकुलेट करने के लिए. लायबिलिटी एंड कैश पेमेंट बोथ.
करेक्ट. अगर आप 86B के प्रोवाइजो में, इफ यू गो टू द प्रोवाइजो, सो देयर आर टोटल 5 एक्सेप्शन. Rule 86B, there are total 5 exceptions, out of which one exception is that if you have already, see, okay, point number 1, for 50 lakh you will only calculate for that month only, not you will cumulative. Point number 1 कि 50 लाख का जो वैल्यू है वो मेरे उस टैक्स पीरियड में होना चाहिए, ना कि क्यूमुलेटिवली 50 लाख होना चाहिए. फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज क्लियर? आस्था एक बार कंफर्म करना बेटा.
ओके सर.
सेकंड पॉइंट, अभी तक मेरा आंसर कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ. सेकंड पॉइंट, सपोज इन दिस मंथ यू हैव द total sale more than 50 lakh, let's say 70 lakh, and out of which there is a liability of 15,000 which you need to discharge in cash. But in start of the financial year from April to till date, calculate क्या आपने already more than 50,000 cumulate कर लीजिए. उस टाइम मुझे cumulative करना पड़ेगा 1% का liability. In that case, I will add April का liability and April का cash, May का liability, May का cash, every liability I will add up and then I will calculate क्या मैंने already 1% से ज्यादा cash में पे कर दिया. उस केस में आप सभी मंथ को ऐड करेंगे, ignoring the even you will add the month in which you have the liability below 50 lakhs. मैं रिपीट करता हूं, बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है आपका. आज तक मैं एक बार रिपीट करता हूं बेटा. पहला बात कि 50 लाख मुझे सिर्फ उसी टैक्स पीरियड का देखना है या सभी का देखना है फॉर एप्लीकेबिलिटी ऑफ 86B. आंसर इज सिर्फ उसी टैक्स पीरियड का. सेकंड पॉइंट आता है व्हेन आई विल पे 1%, do I need to pay 1% always or I have to consider last month? Answer is you will cumulative all the month irrespective of whether उसकी ऊपर लाइबिलिटी है या नीचे लाइबिलिटी है 50 लाख से, मतलब 50 लाख से ऊपर वैल्यू है या 50 लाख से नीचे है. You will add all the month, you will add all the amount paid in cash. तो जितना कैश आपने पे किया ऑलरेडी, if it is more than 1% considering cumulatively current month, अगर आपका more than 1% है तो you are relaxed because of the 86B का प्रोवाइजो. इज दैट क्लियर बेटा?
सर वो जो 1% हमें कैलकुलेट करना है, वो आउटपुट टैक्स लायबिलिटी भी पिछले महीने की देखनी है?
करंट मंथ की देखने, मतलब जिस महीने का आप जीएसटी रिटर्न फाइल कर रहे हैं उसी मंथ का देखना.
नहीं सर, जैसे अगर हम 70 लाख हमारी टर्नओवर है, उसके ऊपर अगर हमें 1% देना है तो वो 70,000 बना. लेकिन अगर हमने पिछले महीने सपोज 40 लाख तक की क्यूमुलेट हो रही है और हमने 40,000 पे कर दिए या 50,000 पे कर दिया है, तो फिर हम 70,000 को चेक करेंगे या 50,000 के बेसिस पर कह देंगे कि 1% हमने दे दिया है?
नहीं, करंट मंथ का टैक्स लाइबिलिटी कितना है?
70,000. 1%.
1% 70,000 है, तो आपको 70 कैश में पे करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, अब
ये
70 कैश में पे करना नहीं करना, पीछे वाली हर सेल को ऐड कीजिए, टोटल ऐड कीजिए अप्रैल से अभी तक का.
ओके सर.
एंड देन हाँ बोलिए, आप बोलिए.
Suppose it is 50 lakh and 1% is 50,000 paid.
50,000 पेड नहीं, 50 लाख प्लस करंट मंथ का भी ऐड करना पड़ेगा ना. 50 आपने पहले किया, 70 इस महीने में किया, तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ 1 करोड़ 20 लाख हो गया लेट से.
सर इस मंथ का भी?
हाँ, अदरवाइज आप कैसे निकालोगे? आपने 1% पे कर दिया. अदरवाइज क्या होगा, आप पीछे में ऑलरेडी मान लो आपका 50 लाख है, एज्यूम करता हूं, एंड लेट्स से यू पेड 55,000.
ओके सर.
सो डज इट मीन दैट 86B विल नॉट बी एप्लीकेबल इन करंट मंथ? नहीं, वी कैन नॉट से. आपकी टोटल लाइबिलिटी इंक्लूडिंग करंट मंथ कितनी है? 1 करोड़ 20 लाख. उसका 1% आपने 1,20,000 आपने इस महीने के पहले तक 1,20,000 पे किया? नहीं, यू विल पे 70.
सर बट बुक में एक एग्जांपल गिवन है, उसमें इस टाइप से ऐड नहीं किया है करंट मंथ को.
डिस्कस कर लेंगे नेक्स्ट क्लास में, शॉर्ट डेफिनेटली डिस्कस कर लेंगे. ठीक है, थोड़े मैं मतलब 1-2 परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन है जो मैं साथ में ले लूंगा. अगली क्लास में मैं ना इस वाले पॉइंट को भी ऐड कर दूंगा. ठीक है,
ओके सर.
मुझे एग्जाम्पल बता दीजिएगा, आई विल एक्सप्लेन द एग्जाम्पल एंड अलॉन्ग विद रीजन, क्योंकि मैं अभी आपको पूरा एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाया, बट आपने एक क्वेश्चन बोल दिया तो मैं आपको पूरा एक्सप्लेन कर दूंगा अलॉन्ग विद दैट क्वेश्चन. ठीक है,
ओके सर.
तो अभी के डिस्कशन को फॉर द टाइमिंग ऑन होल्ड रखिए. पार्ट पे मतलब अभी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ, विल टेक अप इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन. आईटीसी चैप्टर में ये ना मैडम?
यस सर, 46 लास्ट एग्जांपल है सर.
परफेक्ट, आई विल टेक अप.
ओके सर,
थैंक
थैंक
यू.
यू सर.
So we can from my side it's completed. मैम आप हैं? Sorry, शेफाली मैम,
Yes, sir.
over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for this insightful session, and a very good evening to all the students. So today you have practiced almost all the chapters which you have done till now, because this first compulsory question which is asked in the exam, which requires you to compute the net GST payable in cash, it requires the application of all the provisions which you have done till now. In fact, first of all, I will take Astha's query. Astha, this query we'll take up in the next session. The example which you have pointed out, we'll clarify it in the next session. And one more thing which I would like to clarify here is that which students were asking during the session was that whether they need to mention section number or they need to, good evening Tanu, whether they need to mention section number, rule, notification, circular. So earlier also we have clarified in all our sessions by way of whenever we have concluded or we have taken the session in first live virtual revisionary class also, I have highlighted this point to the students that you need not mention the section number or rule number. That means your priority should not be section number or rule number. You can mention section number, rule, notification, circular if you remember it for sure, but major thrust should be on jotting down the provision. So as sir rightly pointed out that you should correctly mention the reasoning for a particular outward or inward supply, why you are including, why you are considering it as an exempt supply, taxable supply, what is the place of supply. For that also you have to provide the reason. Only reasoning is important. Going into section numbers too much at intermediate level might confuse you, and you may end up quoting wrong section, which will actually give a very wrong impression on the examiner. So we always suggest that you should focus on the provision. If you can remember section, rule, or notification circular number, you can quote in that case. But first of all, focus on the provisions. Second thing is that today you have, since you have revised all the concepts with this first compulsory question, so you would have understood that the first question, this is the generally the first question which is asked in the GST portion. And here you require the application of all the previous chapters. So that lays a stress on how significant these chapters are, because one compulsory question is on all the integrated provisions of these chapters. You cannot leave any of these chapters. You have to be thorough with all the provisions of these chapters: supply, charge, exemption, place, time, and value of supply. And last but not least is input tax credit, which you have revised through questions today. And after that, you have computed the net GST payable in cash. So you have I think you have enough practice. In case you wish to have more of such questions, we'll upload the file on the BOS app. You can refer other questions also. You can practice them. In case you have any doubts, you can come back in the next class. You can ask those doubts. And moreover, this file will help you to jot or to outline or to observe one more thing, that is how to provide the reasoning. As I already mentioned, section, rule, that is not important. So how should we write the reasoning in our own words, and that too very precisely under the exam conditions, because it is not possible to write the entire provision exhaustively or elaboratively in the exam condition. So based on the marks which a question carries, or just because it's only a point in the entire question, how you have to mention the reason for that particular item in the question, that will also be, you will get a hint or you will get an idea that how you have to provide reasoning for your answers. And moreover, I will just share the file which sir was sharing just once, because I want to give you an idea about one more thing regarding the assumptions in the question. Sometimes in the question you will find that is my screen visible to you all? Anybody can write in the chat box. Okay. Is it now visible? No? Okay. Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to highlight one point. Before that, let me see. I think somebody has asked something. Okay. Okay. In this, here I want to highlight that there would be certain questions in the exam where at some of the points you might get struck because of some information. You might feel that this information is not given in the question. For example, in this particular question, if you see, the receipts were given to you, Vishnu Limited, all the amounts were given to you, but it was not mentioned whether they are inclusive of GST or exclusive of GST. So in such a question, what you can do is you can take one of the assumptions and you can write your answer or solve your answer based on that assumption. But condition is that you should clearly state that assumption in your answer. Many a time students get stuck in such a situation and they keep on thinking which option they should take, or whether the question is has some hidden information based on which they can interpret that whether it is inclusive or exclusive. Such type of information can be there, or such type of question can be asked in the exam. If it is not provided in the question that whether the receipts or amounts given are inclusive or exclusive of GST, you can take either of the situation and you can answer your question. Only thing is you have to state that assumption clearly in your answer. Similarly, this is the question: the invoices pertaining to financial year 23-24 were given, and the question required the students to this point required the students to find out that till what time they can take the credit. So that is 30th November of next financial year, or the date of filing of annual return, whichever is earlier. So here the question does not provide any information whether the annual return has actually been filed or not. You can see this question. This question does not provide the information whether the annual return has been filed or not. So this you can give in the assumption. Here we have taken the assumption that the annual return has not yet been furnished. That is why he can take the credit of the invoice up to 30th November of next financial year. So this point requires the assumption, and that assumption we have provided it by way of footnote. You can provide in your question while you are solving that question, then and there itself you can provide that reason. One or two more examples I want to give so that you become clear that where you require to provide that assumption. Yes. This was in this question. We'll provide you this file also. We'll upload this file so you can see that these assumptions and the relating questions also. Quickly, I want to tell you that where these assumptions are required. Interest. Let me take you to the point given in the question here. Yes. Purchase truck. Now this supplier has purchased truck worth rupees 15 lakh from GST registered dealer, and then rate is given to you for transportation of goods. Now, point is that in case of capital goods, the credit can be taken on the GST component only when income tax has not been claimed on that particular GST component. That information is not provided here. So you can take it in the assumption, you can write it in the assumption, and you can solve the question accordingly. In case this doubt arises in your mind that somebody gets confused that maybe GST component income tax under income tax depreciation has been claimed. So in that case, this ITC will not be available on the GST component of the purchase of capital goods. Therefore, in this question, you can take that assumption, you can solve accordingly. Same as you can see point number 5. Purchase goods worth rupees 5 lakh from DEF Buildwell Private Limited, a registered person of Jaipur, Rajasthan, for construction of an additional floor of factory building. Now, these goods have been used for construction of additional floor of factory building. Now, some student might have this confusion in their mind that whether this expense has been capitalized or not, because we know that whenever we are using any goods or services for the construction of any on their personal account, then that amount should be capitalized, provided that amount has been capitalized. Now here, if this doubt arises in your mind, then you can write a assumption. Based on that, you can answer your question. And these assumptions we have provided in our answers also. You can see it is logically presumed that depreciation is not claimed on trucks. And second assumption we have taken is the amount spent on purchase of goods is capitalized in the books. So this is what we expect you to mention in the exam. And this way you will not be stuck in any of the questions. So these were some of the points I wanted to highlight. Let me see if any of you has mentioned anything. Okay. Okay. So I hope these points are now clear to you all. And with this, we come to an end of this session. And thank you, sir, for providing helping the students practice so many questions in one session and revising all the previous concepts also, which they have done till now.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Good night, students. Yes.